Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again, and I'm going to give you a pretty specific video that I think not very many people need an answer to, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. Okay, so, say you are a developer of some kind who uses their computer for work, but they also want to use it for gaming. And they have an NVidia Quadro card so that they can get the work done better, but they want to know, can they game on it in their spare time? To test this, I have a newly acquired Quadro M4000. It's an 8GB card based on the GTX 970 core. And I'm running on it now. I have two 980 Ti's in here, but I am not going to be using either of them. I will set up the 3D settings so that, hang on, nope, go to home. You can see here, 2980 Ti's in the Quadro M4000. So I'm going to set PhysX to the Quadro and hit dedicate. Even though SLI is disabled, it won't do too much, but I will do it anyways. So now, because it's got 8GB of memory, it's also got double precision memory, and that helps it be both reliable and quick. And I have a Skype thing. Okay. So let me organize the desktop back to what it's supposed to be. And we're going to test this out. We're going to open up Fraps. And we will see how this thing can perform in gaming. So minimize that. In benchmarks, I'm going to open up Borderlands 2. It is a very easy game to run. I have a GTX 960 in a mini ITX build I did a little while back called Project Puny. And it could play at near 4K at 30 frames. So, yeah. If this can't do that, I will be shocked. But we're not testing to see if it can. Well, we are, but we're not seeing if it's going to beat out a 980 Ti or a Titan X. It's based on a 970 core, but that's about all it's got in common to it. I expect the sound or the noise that the card makes will increase considerably as we start gaming. And at the menu, at everything at the high settings, as high as I can go, and resolution set to 4K, we're getting 45 frames at the menu. Of course, the menu means nothing, so let's go to actual games. Ultimate Vault Hunter. I think it's going to start a new game. Nope. Shut up, Claptrap. And we are getting 30 frames, which is about the same as a 960 at very slightly below 4K, like 720p resolution less than 4K. So, at 1440p, what most professional monitors are, let's go to resolution, 2560 by 1440. We now get full 60, and it's beautiful. So yeah. Borderlands 2, already an easy game to run, but it is still incredibly fun. I spent probably 30 or so hours on it this week alone. So I'm going to throw it back up to 4K so that when I get back onto the GeForce cards, I can use those. By the way, I am using the performance driver. So let's quit back out. And it was using, looks like about 3 gigabytes of memory at the most, maybe 4. Because it's based on a 970, I was thinking that it would have the same 3.5 gigabytes of memory issue, but it's got 8 gigabytes, so it's clearly not going to do that. Next up, a much more intensive game. We're going to try and play Grand Theft Auto 5. And I'm just going to see what it gets. It is running pretty warm, but you know, these are meant to be run 7 at a time, packed in like sardines, and run at 100 degrees Celsius all day long. This is nothing. So hopefully it runs. Yay. I have GTA 5 at 1440p because most of the time I have SLI off for stability and stuff. And one 980 Ti is not good enough for GTA 5 4K 60. Sometimes it is in specific usage. 2 of them it is, but then you get the common issues with SLI. And I would rather use just the one 980 Ti for this game. Most other games, like Borderlands 2, it does play 4K, no issue. So we're on a blank menu. We're not doing anything advanced at all. Okay, I lied. We are at 4K. I guess this is the GeForce thing. We're using about 3 gigabytes of memory, which is actually recommended for a 970. 3 to 3.5 gigs of memory being used. Oh my god. So if we set that up, let's just leave it as it is, and then we can change some things in game. Now get ready, because this is Grand Theft loading, apparently. Without installing this on a SSD, it actually is a very long time to load. We will see how it does in the game with the settings that's on it, and then if it does good, we will crank them up, and if it's not going to do good, we'll throw it back down to 1440p and see if it increases at all. I think I'm going to be Franklin, so let's get out. I had a Hulk mod, but I don't think it works anymore. I need to update it. If it does work, then hooray, I'll use it. Okay, at the settings you saw, high settings for most things. Walking outside, we get about 45 frames. About the same as Borderlands 2. And then actually being outside, it does dip to 40s, mid-30s. So, I guess that actually does kind of cover it. This game, this graphics card can game pretty well for what it is. It's not the best for gaming by far. Like right now we're at 22, 24 actually because of the stupid grass. But turning away from it, we get back up to 30 and it's smooth. And G-Sync can take advantage of it because it's good at about 35 up to 55 frames. Obviously, during more intense scenes, it would dip. But let's drop it down to, oh, not what I wanted. Let's drop it down to 1440p and just have a look at what it does. Did it change at all? No. It doesn't seem like it changed at all. Like, literally at all. No, we're still getting 25 frames. 26 now. It did drop down. It's using 2.5 gigs apparently. Extended shadows, long shadows. I have these on as well, but as you can tell, it's only using a couple gigs of memory. And for more intense games or newer games like GTA 5, Fallout 4, maybe Metal Gear Solid as well, especially Witcher 3, since it's like a graphics hog. Shadow of Mordor is like that as well. We're getting 26 frames, 25 just running down the street. So I guess that's going to conclude it for this video. Older games like Borderlands 2, pre-sequel. Let's try pre-sequel. That's a newer game, but it is still a ton of fun. Not my favorite of the trilogy so far, but still fun. And then Borderlands 1, I know it's going to do good because I have a Quadro card with 512 megs of RAM in a Dell laptop, and it can play this game pretty good. I'm going to max it out, just like I did before. Because right now I have it set for recording. I monitor the drive space with the meter over here. And then windowed mode so that in case one of my friends wanted to call on Skype and see, I could share screen and they would be able to see, because for some reason doing full screen mode makes it so that they can't see on Skype. So on the menu, everything's set on high or ultra high except for colorblind mode. Don't need that. We're getting 45 frames on the menu, which is just about what we were getting before. I find the Borderlands series to be very consistent, like at least with 2 and pre-sequel. Sword explosion, I believe. Or some good shotgun I have. Alright, 37 frames here. Might come up to 45 in some other areas. Once again, bring it down to 1440p. And now we get full 60. So yeah, less intense games like the Borderlands series, and more intense games like Grand Theft Auto, or anything where you like put tons of graphical mods into it, like Skyrim, or anything else like that, would probably not do the best on this, even though it does have 8 gigabytes of memory. It is effectively a GTX 970 that's not meant to play games. And I guess that's going to conclude this video. If you guys enjoyed, then please remember to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, Game Boy out. See you next time.